What up, YouTube fam? It's your man Logician. This is part two of why I think women are intimidated by intelligent men. And I explained in one or other video, I can't remember, but it was on the Tom Leykis show when he was still on radio, and this girl called in and she said that she had been dating this doctor, and that the doctor really liked her. She had 2 kids, and he was cool with that, and he was really, into her. But every time she was around him, she felt really stupid because he would be using this type of terminology that she didn't understand, and he was really smart, and she just felt completely inadequate anytime she was around him. So what she ended up doing was sabotaging the relationship by cheating on him with some other guy. So here she is, a doctor. It was a white girl. Here she is dating a doctor, right? Somebody who's got this education and this money and this power, who's willing to take care of her and her 2 kids from whoever else what other idiot she was dating. And she sabotages the whole thing because she doesn't feel like she's smart enough. So she decides to sleep with another guy and destroy it. Okay, so she's single again with 2 kids, but she could have had a man that was going to take care of her. So a lot of women say, well, I'm single and I can't find a good man. I can't find a man I want to date or marry. And I think a lot of times, women live in this fantasy world where women aren't used to facing the facts and admitting, their own insecurities and issues have to contribute to why they're single or why they're in a bad relationship. And it's hard to do sometimes. It's hard to look in the mirror and say you're wrong and admit that to yourself. So I'm talking, a lot of these guys on YouTube are saying, yeah, I'm an educated man, and a lot of women don't really want to have anything to do with me. Or saying that a lot of women tend to date down or date men who don't have a degree. They got a degree, but they date a guy who doesn't have a degree, or a guy that's clearly not on their level intellectually. And the reason that a lot of women are doing this is so that they can have somebody that they can control, right? Or somebody that doesn't make them feel inferior or inadequate, or somebody that does not expose the insecurities that they have about themselves. And so women being intimidated by educated men, I also think has a lot to do with society. Society has because of the Illuminati-based and funded feminist agenda in this country. And I'm not against women having equal rights in the workplace and in the voting booth, etc., etc. I believe equal pay for equal work and all that kind of stuff. But this whole feminist plot to destroy men has done a great disservice to women, in that men are portrayed in the media as being stupid, idiot, slobs, and completely incompetent, dummies. When you look at the cartoons like The Simpsons, The Family Guy, you look at these talk shows where men are just completely bashed, and you have women saying that men aren't this, men aren't that, but they don't present the opposing side of why men, may be behaving in a certain fashion, or the men that women are choosing to be in relationships with. Oh, he's not this, he's not that. Well, she chose that guy. But you don't hear Oprah talking about that, or Dr. Phil or whatever. So young women are growing up, with this subconscious program that men are inadequate, they're stupid, they're dumb, they don't know anything, right? And a lot of guys, admittedly do kind of fit this category, right? But not all men. One of the reasons why I think women are intimidated by, educated, conscious, intelligent men is because they have this program inside their heads from the media for so long that guys aren't supposed to be this way. So when they do finally meet one, it's like they get stunned, they get shocked. Right? It's not supposed to be like this, right? So they end up being stunned and shocked, and somebody like that completely exposes your weaknesses. You can't run the same game on this type of guy that you can run on the other knuckleheads that she's been with. You can't sit here and argue argue whatever side of this issue that you're on based on your emotions like you can with other guys. Since this guy is using logic, it's not going to work on him. You're not going to be right all the time. You're not going to be able to overtalk him. You're not going to be able to dog him out on the slide. You're not going to be able to, put him down and run over him and all this other kind of stuff. So it's a really shocking situation for a lot of women when they do come across this kind of guy. And at the same time, I will say, however, that the men, these type of men, these type of educated or conscious or extremely intelligent men, are extremely attractive to women. I'm not saying that they're not attracted, or women aren't attracted to these guys. They're just shocked by him. And they're extremely attracted to this kind of guy, number one, because he's different. Number two, I believe women are naturally submissive to men, to a certain type of man, right? And so this kind of guy seems to create that type of natural submission in a lot of women, and they're not used to that. Why do I all of a sudden want to follow this guy around and listen to everything he has to say and hang on his every word? How come I care about what he believes in, what he thinks about on certain issues, and why is it that it matters to me, or what he's interested in, and all this other kind of stuff? All of a sudden women get hit with this tirade of emotions that a lot of times they never felt before. Because a lot of women are in very powerful relationships, positions in relationships, or they're used to being, the boss. They're used to being, sort of the alpha human being in the room. And, when you get one of these guys around, it's the complete opposite. It's like she becomes a little girl, and all of a sudden, this guy's a man, she becomes a little girl all over again. And that can be very uncomfortable, but at the same time, for a lot of women, it's extremely attractive, because a lot of women want that. That's the way they want it to be anyway. But society has trained women, and a lot of men to believe that men don't matter, and set men up like young boys. There are more and more young boys coming out of the school system in a learning disabled classification because of the way the school system is. It's set up to destroy young boys. So it's a lot to the situation. Anyway, I just want to throw that out there. Y'all let me know what y'all think it is, man. Now I'm just giving my little rant on the situation. And I think a lot of women really wish that they could be with that type of man. But again, if that type of man exposes your insecurities, a lot of women will avoid him for a man of lesser qualities. And deal with that, and then complain about it in the end. But anyway, that's my little rant. Y'all let me know how y'all feel. Peace.